The bizarre creature clawed himself up the exterior wall of the boy's apartment block. The wind ruffled the black, stringy hair that covered most of his body. To anyone watching from the street below, he would have appeared part human, part animal. Though what kind of animal, none could have said. As he climbed, the creature did not know what country he was in, nor did he care. The terrain was alien. The tall trees blanketed this part of Earth. No snow-capped peaks pierced the sky here. His body was shaped somewhat like a bell, giving him a grotesque, ape-like appearance. His shoulders were muscular, his arms powerful, and the climb up the sheer wall of bricks and concrete had caused him no problems. His claws could gain a hold on any surface, for that was how he had survived the long dark centuries of evolution. His legs too were extraordinary. Like the hind legs of a wild beast, they possessed amazing strength. The claws on his toes curled around ledges and pipes, speeding his ascent. His eyes, through glittering orbs, hinted at the cruelty and madness they lay in his brain. All these instincts told him to kill, for that was what he was, a huge living killing machine, an ancient unthinking predator. From the beginning of time, for countless centuries he had roamed the world, hunting, killing, and devouring the flesh of others, man and beast-like, and yet deep inside his primitive brain, a small human voice still spoke to him from a time he could barely remember. He had come into being, slowly evolving in the depths of an ice age, a member of a mutant, cave-dwelling species that no scientist had ever discovered. His ancestors were a cross between prehistoric wolves and apes. As the ice formed across the earth, they were trapped in a cave with a tribe of Neanderthal men. It had taken centuries for his kind to take on the intelligence and physical creatures of the human creatures that hunted and that they had hunted and eaten, and in time they learned to walk on two legs. And then the accident had happened. He had crossed a boundary in time. He had been exploring a cave when he found a mysterious new tunnel. It was perfectly round and smooth. He didn't know it was called a pipeline. He simply crawled along it and emerged into a strange new world. That was a week ago. He wandered completely lost until he discovered a remarkable creature, a massive cave with many small caves inside it. It had long passages lined with caverns displaying all kinds of colorful things. He did not know it was a shopping mall. He thought of it as a big cave, and roaming there late one night when all the humans had departed, he had found a white beard, a red suit, and black boots, and had conjured up a memory from deep in his fevered brain. He knew that humans always clothed themselves in skins or fur, so perhaps his instincts told him he should do the same to hide his real appearance. When he donned the strange garb, he was surprised that it fitted him perfectly. Of course, he did not know what the beard and red suit symbolized, had never in fact heard of Christmas or Santa Claus, but he could dimly, very dimly, remember a man from long ago who had been dressed in a similar costume. He had, of course, eaten that man. He was very surprised when he saw such a man in the big cave, a man in white beard and red suit, who sat surrounded by hundreds of little humans. Humans, he observed them in the Ice Age. The peculiar sounds they made, the way they drew pictures on the cave walls. Their languages sounded different now. So he had listened, and could even imitate their speech. Along in the silent mall at night, he practiced what he had heard the man in the red suit say. Have you been a good little boy this year? And what do you want Santa to bring you for Christmas? They were meaningless words to someone such as himself, but he could say them quite well, and he was sure that when the time came, nobody would suspect that he really was. He could pass himself off as a man in red, and the beard helped him cover his mouth. That mouth with sharp fangs that could tear the flesh from any creatures. So he reached up and held himself together higher. His eyes leveled with the windows now. Yes, there they were, the three little humans, the same ones who had seen him at the big cave, the ones who knew his terrible secret. But now 2 adults were with them. His eyes cast over the colorful Christmas tree behind them, wondering why humans covered their trees with glittery things. There were hundreds more in the big cave, just like that one. Should he attack now? He wondered. No, his instincts warned him. There were too many humans inside. He would have to choose a time when the boy was alone. But having made the climb, he was in no haste to leave. He could stay and watch the boy, for he was hungry for something more than just rats and mice.